as a general evaluators for the benefit of guests. We are sharing how the speeches will be. I'm not sure. Are you guys? Yes. So we are just speaking how the speeches will be evaluated, and we are just sharing the framework. The last part on which we will be evaluating the speeches is on the actual listening. The most of the communication which we do on a day-to-day basis happens not only by speaking, right? Majority of it happens by the listening as well. So to keep a note, to keep a check on it, we have a person in our room who is going to evaluate how good you are listening, and it is being played by none other than Toastmaster Rajiv. So can we welcome the red color T-shirt and the smart guy? Yes, Rajiv, I think you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, myself Rajiv, and I I will be playing the role of the active listener today.
So Rajiv, can you share what you will be doing as an active listener to the audience?
I will be making a note of the whatever the speeches or the other things that will be delivered by the rest of the fellow Toastmaster. Then after the end of the session, I will be asking the relevant things about the same.
Thank you very much, Rajiv. So Rajiv is the person who is going to check whether you are listening it or not. You will ask the questions, and if you are lucky, you might receive a round of applause from everyone, right? Okay. So with this powerful tag team, I assure you that we are going to have a wonderful round of evaluation when we present our report towards the end of the session. Right now, it is the time to continue with the flow of the session, which is being set up by the TMOD of the day. So I have to say back to the TMOD.
Thank you. So today, Abhinav is playing role of general evaluator as well as he will be our keynote speaker. So let me again hand over the stage.
Right. So are you also a little skeptical about next 20 minutes, which timer had shared that you have to give a keynote speaking? Are you a little skeptical what is going to happen? Either I'm a little nervous what is going to happen in the next 20 minutes. Okay, so let's start. There is something which is known as recognition, right? A recognition comes with the proud moments that we have in our life. So can you please share your proud moments that any one of you have felt in your life? Some proud moments in a one line or two. What is your proud moment of your life which has been created as of now? Any proud moment which you have created. Because proud moments takes a lot of practice, a lot of hard work. Then only they have got created. Share any of the proud moments.
When I stood first in Northern India in CA intermediate, I think was perhaps the proudest moment.
Oh, can you give a round of applause? Anyone else would like to share their proud moment?
There are so many. I can remind when I completed my CA at the age of 21. So that was a proud moment.
Oh. Can you give a round? Anyone else would like to share their proud moment?
Whenever my parents get a smile on their face and I know I'm the reason behind it.
Oh, can you give a round of applause? Anyone from the Zoom audience or the guests, anyone would like to share their proud moment? Yes, I think.
Yeah, whenever my daughter smiles, so it is really a proud moment for me. It really it feels me amazing.
Can you give a round of applause? I'm saying let's be more specific towards the recognized proud moment where people recognize you, right? You have done something, it is about you, right? I'm talking specifically, I'm not saying these are not the proud moments. What I'm saying, I'm talking specifically to those segments where society recognizes you for the work that you have done. Because it takes a lot of effort when society recognizes you for the work that you have done, right? So specific to that, if those examples will be coming, it would be more helpful to the things which I'm going to speak right now. Yes, Prateek?
Yeah. So in February, I got the award. I'm 33, and first time in my professional career, I won the award for the Employee of the Year. That was the proudest moment so far in my professional life for me.
Naveen has said, so many proud moments that one individual have, because I've just given you few seconds to thought about it. You are actually confused which one I should share. I have so many, right? So those who have shared, those who have not shared, and those who are just thinking what I'm speaking, to everyone I want to share that these proud moments which are getting recognized, they take lot of hard work. Lot of hard work. You keep on doing on a daily basis, and still people do not recognize it. Sometimes what happens when you see this gap, you again put on more hard work, and then society sometimes tends to recognize it, right? And still, if you think you haven't done it, you haven't done it. Do it, right? So that's what happens when we keep on doing the work which are there. Sometimes you feel like society has acknowledged, still things are pending, and you keep on doing it. And eventually, when you do it to your satisfaction, then only the task or the thing has completed. Right. With this note, I would like to share about myself. I'm Abhinav Bhardwaj, son of a homemaker and a professor, father of a cute student, husband of a super supportive wife, tech guy from a tier 3 city that is Saranpur. From there, grown as a civil engineer from IIT Delhi, then grown as a PNP building in New Zealand, Oman, and India, and then grown as a co-founder of Monomov Engineers, and started my journey in Toastmasters. And now I'm serving as an ACGD in District 41. That's today I'm going to talk about 3-4 areas. We are going to talk about this concept or the theory which I've given to have the recognized proud movement. Recognized proud movement. And they will be built by the practicing when we'll be doing the hard work, right? When we'll be doing the hard work. And sometimes we might have to do a lot of hard work, and still, if we feel we are not done, actually we are not done. We have to do something more, right? So that's what I'm going to share. Can you repeat with me? If you think
you're not done, start doing.
With certain experiences and theories or stories which has happened in my life, then I try to touch upon your life as well. And then we'll talk about one particular moment which is happening right now, and we'll try to fix this thing. We'll try to analyze this thing. What is it? If you are not done, if you feel you are not done, you're not. So let me give you first example, which is somehow related to what I was speaking to Shivani. She was talking about me getting into the IIT. She was asking like, what was the experience? How did you feel? If this has happened on an Instagram channel of Eloquence Toastmaster, and if you will see, I was point blank. What happened afterwards, I didn't know. If she could have been asking what has happened before, I had so much to share that again I become blank. What have to share, right? So what was happening in that time? I'll give you my example. I'm not saying it is an ideal example, but what I would like to share, in my 12th class, when I appeared for IIT examination, I got failed, right? And why I was appearing for the examination, I don't have much of motivation. My brother was doing it. How many of you are younger brothers? Right. So you all know we copy our elder brothers, and we do not shame anything on doing that. We keep on doing it, and we do it to the level that we even doesn't know that we are following that first. And that has happened to me for such a up to such a level that from the childhood I was being told that I have to become the doctor, right? And eventually my brother took up the science, I took up the science, my brother took up the engineering exam, I took up the engineering exam, we got into IIT Jalandhar. I thought of getting into IIT Jalandhar, but then I learned IIT, somehow I got cleared, so I went for it. Right, so I was copying him throughout the time. People ask me how you got into IIT. Trust me, I don't have any reason for getting into it. It was just copying, following up the next person who was doing it, and then you ended up. But in the first class, that was in 12th year, 12th, after 12th, I didn't go into it, right? So I put a lot of hard work. I knew what moment I want to create. I put up a lot of hard work where I was studying with my friends, and then I failed. People appreciated. You have done a good work. People appreciated that you have done good work, you have studied hard, you will go to XYZ college, but still, it was not there. So I tried to did all these things which are supposed to be there. And when I gave my UP TET exam at that time, I got into MNIT, good ranking was there. So whosoever heard about it, they said you have done a very good job. I got recognized. I got recognized. Those were 14 days were there. 14 days were there when I had my main examination was there. And what I had secured in my preliminary exam, it was some 6,000, over 6,000, you do not get into IT. That's very clear, right? So what was happening with me? I know which moment I have to create. People were appreciating me, but I know what I know. At least is not done yet. And in those 14, only on those 14 days, I know what happened. I did because I have a lot of work to catch up from 2002, whatever to get the qualified into that college. I put all the efforts in those 14 days. I got selected, and trust me, I was on my yatra. For Char Dham yatra, there's a thing we do in schools. I was there on that yatra. When the result came out, someone called my dad and they asked me like, "Your son got into it." I still remember that only one call that changed the difference. That was the moment for me that got created. That was the moment for me that got created because I know this work has to be done. I did it, and then it happened. But that was only the moment. There's a lot of things which are happening behind the scenes. And right now, I'm not talking about what I have done. I'm talking about your moments. When you have shared your moments, this has not happened just like that. There are a lot of hard works we keep on doing in our life which generates those results. Do we all agree? Right? It is not when Rajiv shared the smile on the face of daughter, it doesn't happen just like a click. Right? You put a lot of small things into the into the system, and then those results generate any of the result you feel really, really glad about. Right. So again, if you know about the moment that you are not done, you are not done. There is no uncertainty to anyone in the world whether you are done, not done. And there are so many examples around it. I'll take up another example, which is from the entrepreneurship, which Ashish was asking me to share about it. Why I'm giving this particular example? Because the previous example you might be thinking about so many fancy brand that is IIT, that's being like he's speaking from that room. Now I'll choose another example. How many of you know Manuma India? None. And I don't care. Trust me, I don't care. Because I know the moment I'm creating. I'm not sure whether it will be created or not. I'm not sure whether it will be created. I'll share what is happening. I know what the moment I want to create. That is a Manuma Engineers, a home inspection company, which is an eager home inspection company. Have you heard about eager home inspection company? I'm pretty sure you've not done, right? And we have spent our almost last 10 years with my partners into this industry, into the construction industry, with a mission to standardize, to make construction industry a little better place to work, where the construction is happening more manageable. As of now, we are a team of 100 plus people. We have given employment to 300 people. I'll just give the numbers to share what is Manoma and what we have done in the last 10 years. And the point I'm making, we are doing the work. 100 people have joined. 300 people have got their livelihoods out of that system. We have almost built more than $3-4 billion worth construction across the globe. 350 constructions are part of it in the Gurgaon, in most of the areas. You will find few of the projects which have been managed by Manova. Right? These are the things which we are doing. And if you have listened to it, do you feel Manova is a good brand? Which has worked? Right? We are giving employment to 100 plus people currently. Do you feel it as a good brand? Okay brand? Yes. On okay, can we agree? Can we agree on okay? Yes. So people will give you feedback, right? People will give you feedback for the moment what you are doing. You might have reached, you might not have reached. But when you know that you are not done, you are not done. I know personally what is the mission over which I am living. I want to create a company. I want to make a difference. If you see the work which we have done, our engineers are doing 10x better than work than the other engineers are doing in the industry. But still, what we want to do is not yet have done. What we will do with the 10x value addition which we have doing. Right. So what I'm saying, we are not answerable to anyone in the world. We are answerable to ourselves. And when we know we are not done, we are not done. That's all. Now let me take you another example. I've shown you an example where I've got something. I've shared an example where I have not got anywhere. Even I have to make you agree, enter an agreement. Like okay, say okay at least, right? Okay, with those kind of things, what I'm saying, it happens with most of us. right? It's just I'm just on lucky enough that I got a chance to share it from the forum, but it is happening with all of you in different areas where you are pursuing your, right? Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. So now I will share something which is more relatable to you. How many of you have joined the Toastmasters? You are a member of Toastmasters Club? And member of Toastmasters Club? Yes, few people who are, just turn on your cameras as well so that we can see like how many of you have joined the Toastmasters. Yes, yes, please raise your hand. Yes, so most of us have joined the Toastmasters. Okay. How many of you take up the roles, right? So we know why we have joined Toastmasters. Let's not get into it why you have joined Toastmasters. We all know why we have joined Toastmasters. Maybe to have become better speaker, maybe to do something good out and objective. Personally, I've joined Toastmasters so that I've been called with various institutes like Kite, with railways, where I have to go and speak. And I'm point blank what to speak there. Every time they give me a call, I'm working on my projects, then I have to think what I have to prepare and deliver. So there should be some way out. That's how I got into Toastmasters and got connected. Now, if you ask me right at midnight, give a speech, I'll come and speak something at least. I'm not sure whether we clap or not, but that's sure that assurance I would. Earlier, I was skeptical whether I would be able to speak or not because I was shivering, my legs were shivering, and I've been called upon to this. Okay, so I know what is the moment I want to create, and you all know what is the moment you want to create. Are you clear with your moment? The Toastmaster,
Yes.
right? Then you are giving the speeches in the club. Are you giving the speeches in the club?
Yes.
Yes. No. Might be. Are you taking up the roles which are required to do? Yes. No. Might be. Whatever you are doing, you have to understand for fulfilling this journey, you have to travel onto this path. If you are not at all traveling, you are not moving. You are not moving. And even though if you think, like I have come here and I'm speaking from the forum, it has helped me to achieve my goal. I'm not sure whether it has done or not. What I'm saying from my point of view, or on the basis of feedback from people who are calling me DTM and who are saying, okay, now you're going to speak and we have some good person who's going to speak on 370 meeting, you might feel that the objective is achieved, right? Do you feel my speaking objective has been achieved as of now? Can I speak? Yeah. Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes. But if I know it is not done, it's not done. That's a very clear thing I want to say. If you know you are not done, you are not done. And it doesn't matter, we are not answerable to anyone in this world. What we know is our soul heart, for which we have joined Toastmasters. And if you have joined Toastmasters, make sure you're attending every meeting, you are taking up each and every role, because once it is not about the world, if you know you are not done and you have done it, that's okay. That's what you want to do in Toastmasters. Move ahead with the next thing. Don't stick to the thing without doing anything and just coming into the meeting. Try to make sure all the roles have been taken up, because then only you will learn something from Toastmasters. Joining won't help you on do that. Okay, last and final. I'm not sure whether I've taken 20 minutes or not, but that is the last thing which I want to share with you, which is about this particular speech. This speech is about if you are,
You feel you are not done.
if you feel you are not done, this speech I'm giving to you. This particular speech, I'm not sure whether this speech has served its purpose or not. Right? If it has, I prepared a lot for all these speeches, and trust me, when you prepare for these speeches or any of the goal, you put in a lot of hard work. And when you do that hard work, you appreciate the hard work of everyone, every speaker who was preparing for the speeches. And if this speech has met its objective, it is good. If this speech has met its objective from your point of view, if it is good, if I know that my speech objective is not met, it is not met. It again means if you are not done, if you feel you are not done, that means you are not done. Right. And everything when we are pursuing on this path, the wonderful thing which has happened, which I've shared you on the last one, that is the appreciation. When you get socially recognized, that is a moment, right? Social recognition is a movement. When you get an award for something, you've been called onto the stage where people clap and they give you a trophy and you feel appreciated. But that appreciation is not for, that is the movement. But for reaching that moment, a lot of hard work has gone into it. And on that particular moment, you know what happens? You appreciate the hard work of everyone. You just feel that you are lucky enough that you have been recognized. Maybe if you are preparing for the examination, is there anyone who are the good scholars who secured first, second, third rank in this school?
Two people, I think.
Two people, right?
Oh,
Trust me, they do not know by the end of the examination that they will become first, second, and third. They are always fearful that someone else might come first and second, third. They never know. Once the result is out, they know they are the first, second, and third. The moment is created, then only they know. Till that time, when they achieve the third position, they are saying, "Oh, we are lucky. No one has studied that much." Right? Because anyone could have done that. Anyone could have done that. And that particular person who has got recognized, he or she really respects the efforts of the individual. So what my point is, what my request is, if you know if you feel you are not done, then you are not done. Even if you feel that you have done and you have done, do not get into a mode that you have achieved something special. At that point of time, you have to respect and honor for everyone who was putting effort into the direction. And you are the lucky one who is able to say that for me, it is done. For me, it is done. Have a respect for everyone. Personally, I have a high level of gratitude for everyone who was preparing for the IIT Delhi. Trust me, I was just the lucky one. I still feel people when I went to IIT, I met so many people who are preparing very hard from 7th class to 8th class. And personally, I feel they deserve that rank. Those who not got into the IIT, they deserve much better rank than what I deserve. Right. Same thing has happened in entrepreneurship. In entrepreneurship, the result has not been achieved. But at this point of time, I respect each and every entrepreneur because there is so much happening in their personal life, professional life, in their government abiding things which they are doing. So many things are happening in their life, and I have a huge level of respect for the people who are going through those emotions. And when I talk about Toastmasters, I have a huge respect for everyone who is coming onto the stage and saying, I'm coming for the first time. And I'm doing and playing that particular role because that much things it has asked for you to become confident enough that you can come and speak in front of the community. Right? And that much effort this particular speech has taken up. And if the objective is met, it is good. If not, the same kind of keynote might be happening in other sessions where someday I will feel that if it is done, then it is done. Or
it's not done, then it's not done. It's very good phrase. Now we move to our prepared speech section, and our first speaker is Toastmaster Ashish, and his speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Harsh. Now let me invite Toastmaster Ashish.
Harsh to talk about